X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is the 30th day of July 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated a birthday over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shoutouts are brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shoutouts. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery. And again, this morning, big shout out to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Joel Wilson. Big shout out to him as well. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy and sometimes dangerous roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I am your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, and after we have done the birthday shout-outs, phone lines are open. You can call us on our toll-free number, which is provided courtesy of Flow. That toll-free number is 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp number 925-3261 as well. So, let's look at the Birthday shout-outs again, and they are brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Happy birthday greetings going out to Aaron, Aten, Taylor, from your mom, Miss Paulette, right here at Radio Cayman, Dad Owen, grandmother, and all the family with lots of love. So, Mr. Aaron Taylor, happy birthday to you today. Also, Miss Cara C. Banks. Cara C. Banks is celebrating her birthday today. We want to wish Caris a happy birthday as well. We have also been asked to send out happy birthday wishes to Clinton Ebanks, also known as Wobbly. We wish him a wonderful day and God's continue blessing. And they are requesting, Miss Susan, that after the show today, they would like to play for him The Harder They Come, The Harder They Fall by Jimmy Cliff. So the harder they come, the harder they fall after the show for Mr. Clinton Ebanks, also known as Wobbly. We want to wish him a happy birthday as well. Let's see. We have some more here. Happy birthday to Carol Ann Ebanks, also known as Nanny. She celebrated her birthday on the 29th of July, yesterday. Also, happy birthday to Gordon Dilbert of the Kimpton, who will be celebrating his birthday on July the 31st, tomorrow, July the 31st as well. And again, if you know someone who is celebrating a birthday or any other momentous occasion, please share that information with us, and we will give them a shout out here on For the Record. And those birthday shout-outs proudly brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. They tell you you should accept no substitutes. So, folks, taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Let's share some press releases, or at least one press release with you. Released. We want to share that with you as well. People always need to be on their P's and Q's, on the lookout for scammers, because as you know, in this day and age, everybody wants something for nothing, and they usually want it at your expense. So you have to guard against scammers as well. So, Cayman Islands government warns of scams on social media. Members of the public are being warned of an online fraudulent investment scheme circulating on social media that uses the likeness of Parliamentary Secretary Honorable Wayne Panton with claims of a government-endorsed investment platform promising money to Cayman residents. Public is advised to be cautious of online get-rich schemes, especially those that claim to have the support or endorsement of government officials. Do not click on the link or share any personal details. If you want trusted information, here is where you go for trusted information on how to handle online scams and misinformation. You can visit www.gov.ky/cybersafe/home. And you can also visit www.gov.ky/misinformation/alerts. So don't ever give out information, even if you receive something from your bank, for instance. These scammers have a way of even copying the logo. Sometimes you can pick up the errors that they make in terms of their spelling or the words that they use. But always call your financial institution first to confirm whether or not they have sent something to you. Don't just react to it. Yes, we know one of the things that they play on as well, you see this come up and you figure, oh boy, my bank has decided to contact me. That is so good. You feel, well, someone is being really, really treating you as someone important. Don't fall for those traps at all, because in some instances, many instances, you're not able to recover. You're not able to recover your losses, especially if it is has to do with your ignorance or your negligence, as well. So it is extremely important. Do not give any information out to strangers. Don't ever do it. People like to play on your emotions. That is why they call it a confidence game. It's a confidence game. We do have a caller on WhatsApp. We're going to grab that caller before we go to a first commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. O'Connor.
Oh, yeah, good morning. How are you?
Okay, and you, sir?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. You still going to have the opposition on this morning?
Yes, a member from the Progressives will be on later on, yes.
You know if they will be taking calls?
They usually do. We'll let you know once they're in, and I have consulted, with them. We will let you know whether or not the phone lines will be open. In the event that they don't, you have a question, you have something that you want me to bring to their attention?
Yes, I asked Mr. Tatum before on the morning show here on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Couple weeks now, probably maybe about a month ago, I asked them concerning bringing something to the floor of the House concerning banks not being allowed to do as they please. So he said that Mr. McTaggart was planning on bringing that to the floor of the House when the Progressives were in control of the government.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Tatum said that is something that the Progressives still had planned on doing, was to bring this motion to the floor of the House. That morning, it was him and Kenneth Bryan on that morning when he mentioned this to me.
Okay.
So I was just wanting to ask them if they still had plans on bringing this motion to the floor of the House, because it's very important,
mm-hmm.
Especially for our young Caymanian people.
Okay, I will certainly convey that to him, and if the phone lines are open, irrespective of whether or not I convey it, please feel free to call in as well. With that, folks, we're going to take our first commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Nesta Alexandria Ebanks, 1901 through 1997. Miss Nesta, or Aunt Nettie as her relatives and neighbors called her, was involved in the religious and social life of her community from an early age. She had many talents. She wrote debates and composed poems, one of which was set to music and is still sung in church. She held high office in various organizations. She visited the sick and shut-in. When there were no satin-lined caskets available, she used the traditional methods of pinking the sheet, making beautiful coverings for the coffins, designed with just scissors. She taught classes of mathematics and English to neighbors and friends when there were few schools. Although she never married, she single-handedly raised one of her grandnieces whose mother died in childbirth. She was also a nurse and invented various medicines.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
It's a sizzling summer with JN Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with JN Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with JN Money.
This summer, happiness is better when you share it. Coca-Cola invites you to share a Coke with someone special. Grab an ice-cold Coke and find a name. Maybe theirs, maybe yours, maybe a surprise. Because nothing says you matter like sharing a smile and a Coke. So who will you share a Coke with today? Find your name, find your friends, and share a Coke. Available now. Stores island-wide.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio yet. We should have guests in the studio around about 8:15, 8:30 this morning as well. Meanwhile, we have another birthday shout out that we have been requested to air, and it is a happy 79th birthday to Miss Elaine Watson of Cayman Brack, and those birthday greetings are coming from family and friends. So Miss Elaine Watson, 79 years of age, happy birthday to you, coming from family and friends. And if you want to keep those birthday shout outs coming, please feel free to do so. And at every opportunity, I will, every opportunity, I will also share those as they come in. Meanwhile, we see tomorrow, Miss Anna Miller will be celebrating her birthday. Yes, and the person who was seeking to the song for The Harder They Come for Mr. Clinton Ebanks, songwriter, singer, musician, composer, record producer, actor, philanthropist, Jimmy Cliff Chambers celebrates his birthday today as well. He was born 30th of July, 1944. 30th of July, 1944. So happy. The birthday greetings go out to him as well. I believe we have a caller. Let's grab that caller before we go to our 8 o'clock news. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Oh, good morning there, Mr.
Hey,
O.C.
morning. What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was hoping that you would try and get Dr. McFeel. I haven't heard him on the radio assisting you anytime.
Yeah, actually, I was going to do so on Monday, but there was a big question mark. It was up in the air as to whether or not we were gonna have guests on that morning. That is why.
Well. In the last couple of weeks now, most of the people that are on there are not generating anything that is essential to the betterment of the Cayman people. They're not even generating any intellectual dialogue that would benefit us.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to start choosing the right people to bring on there,
Oh, well, Dr. McFeel is one of our listeners, one of the favorites. He's the star. So, don't worry. We'll have him on.
Okay. Well, see, I think that we need to be, the government need to be more strong-minded and have courage and to take on these big-time investors that come into our country. They come here and they think that we're still living under the hut, and we go up in the coconut tree and get lunch at lunchtime. This increase of salary, the minimum wage. A lot of these come lately investors are having a problem with that. I understand the developer for some building that have been stuck in the middle of, not in the middle of Central, but right on the edge of Central in a really tranquil community, with homes still surrounding it, has a major problem with moving it from $6 to $8 when they will be, I got good information yesterday, we'll be selling apartments on the upper floors in the millions of dollars. We'll see, and they gonna have a problem paying $8 an hour to the same people that are building the structures. Whereas, in my opinion, I don't see where that even that particular structure gonna be beneficial to us, the Cayman people. I know it gonna generate a lot of waste, and for the road that it's on, as it is, when we try to shortcut through there, it's a backup. The traffic, can you imagine now that multi-story building generating the traffic that they got generated in that area, we'll see? Because I don't even see or see how planning was scrutinized in your little where back storage that we want to build, but I don't understand how they don't do a study or develop or have the investor develop some sort of road structure or something to, because that's the same little tiny road, or see? That's the same little road that we got to sometimes pull off for the two cars to go across, and you're going to stick that huge building right in there. I mean, if you're going to build something like that, I would hold your foot to the fire. Say, well, you want to build that, you got to give us this. You want to build that, you got to improve this. I mean, for example, look at the DART group when they proposed Cayman Bay. Right away they took on enhancing the road to the point where now all roads lead to Cayman Bay. Yeah, all roads lead to Cayman Bay. We even go around the dump now and come almost up in the airport area. You know, they enhance every road almost. You can get to Cayman Bay in so many different roads, you know. So these other people that come here, that just it's just a matter of making money or see off us, and they don't have to fight the traffic. I guess the investors, they make a bag of money and sit somewhere in their penthouse, probably in some other country.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that us as Caymanians, we need to start biting the bullet and make some really serious decision. Whether no matter who got hurt, and I definitely know that if that building wasn't built there, that would not be hurting Caymanians. And I don't see that much benefit coming to the Cayman people as we know them from that building being built there. I don't see that much benefit coming to the Cayman people for the building now that is being built next door to the wharf. That too gonna throw a lot of traffic right on that curb right there where we have this little junction trying to get into Kentucky and the legs will also accumulate a lot of traffic. So I'm not sure whether when it go to planning, whether planning try to investigate or.
Well, normally entities like the National Roads Authority would have a say in it, and they would be consulted in terms of the impact that a development would have on traffic and stuff. Usually the NRA is involved in that process. I'm sure that there's someone probably listening who has served on the planning board before, who would know, some of the protocols that they have in place, some of the requirements when you have these projects that are likely to have a significant impact on things in the Cayman Islands. I'm sure.
But I'll say, me looking at it, I don't see no enhancement there. Should that?
Well, you would have to look at the plans. Have you seen the plans?
Well, so far the building's almost finished.
Yeah.
I don't see no enhancement. If I see trucks wanting to do delivery, hold up the traffic for minutes, trying to get just delivery trucks into those two developments. So that should have been the first thing they put in. NRA should have been already working on that if that's the case. And I don't see them putting any merchant liens and all that down there. What I got to do, knock down Captain Baker and Poncetta and the like.
Gotta run, 8 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, just before we go, we have been asked to send birthday greetings to beloved niece and sister, Christina, whose birthday was yesterday. Greetings are coming from her beloved brother, Carrie and family, and your aunt Myrtle. We love you very much. Folks, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. When we return, the conversation will continue, and we should have, at some point in time, Mr. Roy Tatum, who is the Member of Parliament representing the constituency of Red Bay, in the studio with us. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now is a minute after 8. Brought to you with the kind compliments of Foster's.
School starts here. Right on. Because nothing says endless possibilities like a fresh page.
At Foster's, find supplies needed to spark their talent, like notebooks, folders, pens, markers, all at prices that make the grade.
It's more than just paper and pencils. It's potential, creativity, and confidence.
So, load up their backpacks with the tools to dream big and write their own success story.
Check out our in-store school zones to make it easy to grab exactly what you need. Or shop online at shop.fosters.ky.
Foster's, full of paper, pens, and possibilities.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. 883,000. That's how many visitors Cayman welcomed through the end of June this year. According to our Cayman.ky, the Department of Tourism website, the country saw nearly 38,000 stayover visitors in June, a 9% drop when compared to June 2024. Cruise figures also fell, this time by 20% in June when compared to last year's figures, with some 44,100 passengers counted. However, overall figures continue to show an increase in arrivals for 2025, 1.1% growth in the first 6 months clocked when compared to the same period in 2024. You've done the work, gotten your degree in the finance field, but now that you're back in Cayman, how do you snag that job?
We've officially launched recruitment on Friday, and we're going to have a drive for a few weeks, hopefully find the best candidates we can to participate in this first cohort of recent university graduates who are looking for their first opportunity in the financial services industry.
Cayman Finance's new graduate training program will pair university grads with small and medium-sized Cayman Finance member firms, bridging the gap between academics and professional career opportunities. CF's Daniel Hennings tells Radio Cayman it's tough for businesses, particularly smaller ones, to bring on a newbie with limited experience.
It'd be a lot easier to hire somebody with 2 to 3 years experience, which is, I think, from our grads returning home or leaving university locally, they're like, well, where's the opportunity for me? When we kind of came up with the graduate training program, it's like, how can we fix this? What can we do as an organization? How can we encourage our employers to create more of those kind of first steps? Not the second step, but the first step into the industry.
One way is by pooling the candidates. Ms. Henning says through the new program, 16 successful graduates will grab a 1-year $40,000 employment contract with a Cayman Finance member, supported by one-on-one mentoring and weekly workshops. The program, which starts in October, is open to Caymanians who have graduated from university in 2025. For more information, head to caymanfinance.ky. And good talent makes sure the public sector serves the public to the best of its ability. And snagging and retaining that good talent takes planning, long-term planning. And that's why the civil service is leveling up its succession planning game. Here's CID-TV's Elizabeth Charles.
A major shift in talent development is underway in the Cayman Islands Civil Service as officials roll out a new succession planning policy designed to strengthen homegrown leadership. This comes after calls from various ministers. The policy's pilot phase launches this fall with an initial focus specifically on the Chief Human Resources Officer role. This means the government is creating a succession plan for the CHRO position alone. during the pilot phase, rather than for all civil servants. High-potential Caymanian civil servants will now enter specifically formed succession pools and receive targeted career development, including coaching, formal training, and project assignments as government seeks to fill future senior roles from within. Portfolio of Civil Service Chief Officer Gloria McField-Nixon said, by introducing this succession planning policy, we are creating a more consistent structure to guide succession planning activities and to increase the number of succession pathways existing for Caymanians within our civil service. Oversight will come from a central steering committee and panels within each ministry, aiming for transparency and fairness during candidate selection and preparation. Officials say the phased approach means feedback from the pilot will shape a broader rollout in 2026, supporting a new pipeline of Caymanian leaders and helping ensure high standards continue in our civil service.
Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News. Tsunami alerts have been scaled back across much of the northern Pacific following a powerful earthquake off Russia's far east. The 8.8 magnitude quake struck off Kamchatka, injuring several people on the remote Russian peninsula. Japan initially ordered the evacuation of nearly 2 million people. Tsunami waves have already crossed the Pacific and hit Hawaii and California, where people had been told to avoid beaches, harbors and marinas. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Boddentown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Boddentown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
This summer, choose from 10 international destinations for your vacation with Cayman Airways. Explore New York, discover Denver, roam Los Angeles, play in Tampa, shop in Miami, tour Panama, uncover Havana, hike in La Ceiba, jam in Kingston, or relax in Montego Bay. Connecting flights are also available from the sister islands. Cayman Airways offers more international non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline, and the lowest rates for checked bags. Book today at CaymanAirways.com, download our new mobile app, or call Cayman Airways reservations on 949-2311. Come fly with us and relax with your uniquely Caymanian airline.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. Brought to you by UHealth International, University of Miami Health System. International patients go to UHealth International for consultations with renowned physicians, advanced treatment technologies, leading-edge medical therapies, and state-of-the-art surgical procedures. Whatever your particular reason for going to UHealth International, you will receive customized medical care delivered within a compassionate, multicultural setting. The care you need when you need it.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Top of the morning to you. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 88%. The barometric pressure 30.01 inches and rising. The wind is east-northeast at 4 knots. Overnight low was 82. Synopsis indicate lingering cloudiness and a few isolated showers are likely this morning due to remnant moisture from a tropical wave. A decrease in cloudiness and showers is expected through this afternoon. Radar imagery show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area, moving towards the west. The forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of morning showers, and temperatures will rise to the low 90s with a heat index near 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be easterly at 5 to 10 knots and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers and temperatures falling to the low 80s tonight. Your winds will be easterly at 5 to 10 knots and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. High tide will be this afternoon at 10 minutes past 2, low tide tonight at 9 minutes after 8. The sun will set this evening at a minute after 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at 2 minutes after 6. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through tomorrow night. An increase in chance of showers is expected from Friday morning as another tropical wave moves across the Cayman area. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
If you have an objection to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your...
Don't do it, Tevin! I still love you. I have since the day we stole your mom's car and got matching dolphin tattoos.
Oh, Lordy. Janelle? From spring break 08?
Yes, it's me.
Janelle, you've got to move on.
We're like the wedding guest that doesn't ruin the ceremony. CG Britke. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britke, where people come first.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
School starts here. Countdown to class is on, and Foster's is your premier back-to-school destination. Whether you're shopping for glue sticks, notebooks, backpacks, or snacks, we've got the ultimate selection. And this summer, back to school is extra rewarding with our weekly prize drops of gift cards or backpacks stuffed with snacks and supplies. One-stop shopping, smart picks, and prices that make the grade. So check out our in-store school zones to make it easy to grab exactly what you need to fuel their mind and their day. Or shop online at fosters.ky/go. Foster's, school starts here.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning again. This time we check in on traffic, see what's happening on our roads. As we look to Crew Road, heading to Georgetown, traffic is slow moving. Slight delays expected. And also coming off of Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way, traffic is moving along steadily, as well as Bobby Thompson Way. Further up on Shamrock Road and Rex Crichton Boulevard, flowing at a moderate pace in both directions. Edward Street, traffic is flowing pretty good. Owen Roberts Drive, light to moderate traffic flow, as well as coming from the West Bay four-way stop. On the West Bay Road and for the Ritz, traffic is moving on pretty good in both directions. And coming off of the Esley Tibbetts Highway, moderate flow of traffic, and continuing on to North Sound Road and the Industrial Park area. If you see any accidents or incidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. If that's what's happening on your roads, join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Have a good morning and buckle up.
There's
something new at Subway. Indulge your taste buds with our new barbecue pork rib sandwich tender. Smoky pork ribs smothered in sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, built just the way you like it. It's bold, rich, and seriously satisfying. But hurry, it's here for a limited time only. Order now on the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick in-store pickup, or get it delivered with Bento or Let's Eat. The all-new barbecue pork rib sandwich, only at Subway. Subway, eat fresh.
Yummy.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Join me, Kathy Miller, every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. on The Buzz, Radio Cayman's morning talk show with insight, impact, and inspiration, covering business, policy, finance, health, culture, and the biggest local and global issues impacting our Cayman community, with fresh perspectives from younger generations to stories of inspiration from local entrepreneurs. Tune in and turn up Tuesday and Thursday mornings, 7:30 to 9:30 with me, Kathy Miller, on The Buzz. The Buzz.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. While we await the arrival of our guests, the phone lines remain open. If you have something that you want to talk about, you want to express an opinion, raise a question, air a concern, we're right here, and we're here to listen or to provide suggestions, answers where we have them as well. Meanwhile, let's look at some of the headlines in our local newspaper. And again, Compass doing an excellent job in providing current news. So you know when you go to their website, for instance, that you're going to find something new. You're not going to find the same thing regurgitating the next day. Some of these websites that used to have a good reputation for providing timely news and timely details, they're falling down on their face. They're falling flat on their face, and we have to be thankful that the Cayman Compass is picking up the slack. So, in the Compass, we see headlines in relation to clearing of old growth forest in Georgetown creates social media storm. Also, Cayman travelers call for non-stop flights to the UK amid British Airways woes. Compass Media's Mark Lee awarded for bringing radio to the sister islands. Got to read that one. I did not get an opportunity to read that one yet. Cayman's golf star Hastings picks up first pro paycheck, and because he's basically been performing as an amateur before, and as you know, in golf and many other professional sports, if you enter as an amateur, then you're not allowed to collect fees. Otherwise, then you compromise your amateur status as well. And then we have Cayman's reinsurer's London office fined $2 million for regulatory failures. So if you want to know about those stories, just go to Compass. Cayman Compass. We have 3 callers. Let's start grabbing those callers. And since we have 3, we want people to be as brief as possible. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Let's go to the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, Jose. How you doing?
Hey, morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, the caller got rushed up in sub, but you can read plenty. That's all right. Anyhow, I was listening to you on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like some things that you bring up, some things you bring up goes right back to what I'm talking about. Now, you heard the saying, the rich get rich and the poor get poorer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, our government, in all their wisdom, can find a way to make How much you say it was, like 30 million, 3 million, something off of remittance money, right?
Yeah, I think it was 3 point something million.
Okay, 3 point something million off of them. The workers that work in an hourly rate, most of them, 98% of them, right? Because the big guys that making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, they can send what they want, and most of them don't send. They got everything they need right now. But with all the wisdom and all the things that we can go through, we can find a way to take money from the laborers, but we're not going to gauge the bars to hit the billions that's going through here and take 2% or 1% off of that. That would give us 300, 400 million a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see? But tell me, you know who that would help? That would help the average Caymanian. You hear about scholarships? Every scholarship could be free. Every one of those, right? Could help farmers, could build a country in a way that, and they know it, you know. But you see what happened to us? The people that made the money, or different than making the money out of the financial industry, is the one that running the country, or control, or they control the one that run the country, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very sad story. Now, Mr. O.C., now a different thing, because we can't do nothing about that. The Honorable Roy McTaggart, he said that would cause so much problem. How much problem it cause? Every time you hit your credit card, the bank take their share. The Cayman Islands Government Monetary Authority knows every cent that goes to the Cayman Islands, unless it come in on the door. And much do come in on the door, it goes out. Now, I was listening to Mr. Veen Panon. I take my hat off to him when he was premier for bringing up the issue about the marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I heard him say that we couldn't go fully legal because it is a Schedule 1 drug. Now, that's false. That is beyond false now because, OC, you know, you can look it up. And please do that. Somebody enlighten the Cayman Island government and the people. The World Health Organization that closed down the world for corona, that organization was lobbied by the United Nations for about 3 or 4 years. And the World Health Organization has classified marijuana just like a common aspirin. It is no longer classified under the World Health Organization as a drug. Period. And that's the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dream this, you know.
But that is that who's that binding on?
But no, see, now listen to me now. Listen to my plan. I know where we stand with the British government. We cannot go full legalized like how Canada did and certain states in America and Paraguay. I am very aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very aware. But I know this for sure. We could start a medicinal marijuana business in the Cayman Islands if our elected members, I can say it again, if our elected members wanted it, if they wanted the Cayman farmers, the young people, to get in the industry, because you got the farmers, you got the agronomists, right? You got the people that in the laboratory that turn it into oil. You got the people that is bottling it. Then you got the pharmacist down to the doctor and the patient.
Mm-hmm.
It's a boom. It's one of the fastest growing industry in the world today. And you know how I know that it can be done? Because any time an insurance company is paying for your medicine in any country, you can start that industry. Because all our insurance around here, most of them is reinsured by Lloyd's of London. He was called Lloyd's of London. So every time you go and you get your marijuana medicine, the insurance company is paying for it. So why can't we, the local people, start our business and the government would make the tax off of it same way? But you know who that would benefit? Certain people in Caymanian that can't read and write, but he got land. You see? So no, making keep me land and pound and plant cassava. Work all year, plant cassava and make about $500-$600. That's what they want.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. We're going to try to grab another caller before we go to our commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. But since I'm speaking to you, I'm going to say I'd like to wish my granddaughter, Ava, happy birthday tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I really called to say, or to ask you, I'm not sure which minister has gotten the portfolio for, I don't know if that falls on the telecommunications as well, but like for the TV companies, Logic and so on.
What used to be called off-reg before the name has changed now, I believe that falls under Minister J.E. Banks. I will double-check it, but I'm almost certain.
Okay, Rev. The reason I'm calling, Mr. Connor, is because I had the shock of my life just recently. Because my TV is with Logic, and it was one of the last companies that you called that you actually spoke to someone in Cayman. But while I was speaking to the person, it was raining here. And I just said to them, are you on the West Bay Road or in Georgetown? And they said to me, I'm in Georgetown, Guyana. I said, oh, okay. However, I told the person what I was calling about, and obviously they could not assist me because they don't live here and they don't know how things work here. So now Logic has also outsourced their customer service end of the business. I don't know what they have left here, but that's why when your TV go down with them, they're telling you, oh, you have to wait 24 to 48 hours because you making the call from here, it goes down to Guyana, then Guyana has to tell somebody here that needs to come out to my address to check something for me. But that is not the worst part of it. It's the fact that they don't understand how business is run in Cayman, how people in Cayman pay their bills, or some people, and things like that. So when you have a problem, they're not able to assist you. Then they're asking you for things that you're not able to provide to them. So I am asking again, if whomever this falls under, if they would take a good hard look at it and make sure that this outsourcing stops. Not only is it an inconvenience to us, the customers, every time that happens, Caymanians are out of jobs. So it needs to stop. And I don't think that I need to ask if they can stop it, because I know they can.
Yes, they certainly can. I mean, if you have an entity that is licensed and regulated here in the Cayman Islands, we have the ability to tell them what they can, what they can't do, what they need to provide, as well. Yeah.
Exactly. And your last caller said something, and I just want to tell him that government can track the monies that are sent out of here by Western Union and the other like businesses. What they're not able to track, and he's exactly right, is those who earn $100,000, $200,000 a year, the share that they send home. Because that's right, because it goes right through their accounts, and the government is not able to track that.
Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing too. If you have an account here in Cayman and you have an account elsewhere and you're transferring money from one account to the other, while the financial institution knows that, do you pay any fees on that transfer? Or we know you pay your bank for it, but does any of those revenues go to the government?
Institutions, so they do it right there in-house. so they don't pay any fees.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that the government has a record of it. And now that they're doing online banking, it makes it easier for them to do, and the government harder to know that they did it and how much they did. And that brings me to the point that I've been saying all the time. This is why when they leave their countries that they pay tax in and they come here to work, they should pay the same percentage of tax here. And maybe that will discourage them from sending the money that they earn here out of the country. That is where the money is, not what the construction workers and the gardeners and the helpers send home. That's pittance. When you earn $200,000 a year, and you send home $150,000 of that, what is left there? Because we already know how they live, right?
Caller, I want to, sorry to interrupt you.
They're not paying rent. Most of their expenses are taken care of by the company they're employed by.
Mm-hmm.
They get paid vacations home for them and their families also, so they don't have to buy the tickets for that.
Caller, I want to thank you. Thank you very much. We have to go to a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
This summer, choose from 10 international destinations for your vacation with Cayman Airways. Explore New York, discover Denver, roam Los Angeles, play in Tampa, shop in Miami, tour Panama, uncover Havana, hike in La Ceiba, jam in Kingston, or relax in Montego Bay. Connecting flights are also available from the sister islands. Cayman Airways offers more international non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline, and the lowest rates for checked bags. Book today at CaymanAirways.com, download our new mobile app, or call Cayman Airways reservations on 949-2311. Come fly with us and relax with your uniquely Caymanian airline.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Back to the previous caller's question in relation to what was formerly called off-reg. I'll find what it is called now and share that with you. Which minister it falls under. So Minister J.E. Banks has responsibility for planning, lands, agriculture, housing, and infrastructure. And I believe, because, of course, communications is part of the infrastructure here in the Cayman Islands, and those entities that are involved in communications, that would be a part of that as well. I'll do a little deeper dive into this and get more information for you as well. Meanwhile, one of our listeners wants us to send happy birthday greetings to Monique Minzet. Greetings are coming from her mother, Sheila Minzet, Henry, sister Michelle Minzet, nieces and nephews as well. So happy birthday greetings going out to Monique Minzet. I believe I have another WhatsApp message here. Let's see what that one speaks to as well. Today. Massive birthday. Shout out going out to Patrice Manning, known as M&M, who works at the YMCA. And birthday greetings are coming from families and friends. So Patrice Manning, known as M&M, who works at the YMCA, happy birthday greetings going out to you from families and friends. And this person says, good morning. The financial industry is also outsourcing their administrative and compliance jobs to India, Panama, Mauritius, and the Philippines. And in so doing, the Caymanians are losing their jobs. And folks, that is why we have to have insightful and knowledgeable leadership in government. When I say leadership, I'm not talking just about the head. I'm talking about government in general in terms of ministerial positions, to know what is happening and what we need to do in order to attack some of the headwinds that we're facing when it comes to employment and the issues of outsourcing. Very, very difficult. So what we have to ensure is that those services, those things that cannot be outsourced, that have to remain here in the Cayman Islands, that we provide opportunities for our Caymanians to hold those jobs. If they're going to be outsourcing everything else, then those that are here, we have to ensure that we secure them, and that is why it's going to take commitment. It's going to take courage. We have to be resolute about what it is that we want in the Cayman Islands and what we want for our Caymanians. We cannot play around with it. We can't be pussyfooting around with this whole issue. We have to deal with it as well. Now, one of the other things that I know that years ago, some of you may not be old enough to know to remember it, but the Cayman Islands, we were obligated to enter into tax agreements with almost every country in the world. And we went through that exercise. And because we do not per se collect income tax here in the Cayman Islands, we don't pay an income tax. So if you hear from another jurisdiction, then the obligation is for Cayman authorities to provide that information. I may be a little bit loose in terms of how I'm saying it, but I'll research it. To provide information on those individuals who are employed here in the Cayman Islands, because then they have that obligation to pay the taxes in their own country. Now, there's also something called double taxation, where you may pay it over there and you may pay it here as well. But we don't, we don't have an income tax regime here in the Cayman Islands. But that obligation is there. So the whole issue that people may not be paying taxes, is something that I have to look into a little further to actually verify, what's happening in that sphere. The other part of it is, folks, we have to be realistic, right? When we went to see seamen, of course, they spent a little bit of money, hanging out and enjoying themselves as well. But they went to see to remit their earnings back home for their for their families. We expect that people will do that. They come here to work to help their families. They're going to remit that money. Whether they save it here or not, I'm not sure how much we're likely to benefit from it, even if it's saved here. Yes, the banks then, financial institutions have more money that they can then lend, but it is expected. People, we have to be realistic. We have to face the fact most people who come to the Cayman Islands, they come here to improve their lives and the lives of their families. That's what they're here for. They're not coming for any altruistic reason, any reason to say we're coming to help the Cayman Islands to the skills that we have. We're coming to help the people of the Cayman Islands. No, they're coming to help themselves. They're coming to help their families. And part of that help has to do with the fact that they're going to remit their money. They're going to remit their money to their home country. That is expected. We have a caller, you said, Susan? Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. I hear that laugh. I hear that.
Oh, boy. I tell you, it's a good thing I got patient.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we had a caller. I didn't realize it.
Yeah. Good morning.
Morning, dear. How are you?
Good. Yes, it is sad that, we got people coming here. We will need people to extend, but not to the extent that we got at this present time, because some of the people that's coming here for these little frivolous jobs, an uneducated person can do them. You know what I mean? But anyhow, I know called for that. Mr. Connor, a gentleman called yesterday in regards to the truckings on the roads. You got me?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Down there by Education Department, going across, what's it called? Hyde and Son. That little road there.
I think it's called Printer's Way.
That's right. I don't know. And then the tractor dispatch is there. So I don't know if these guys realize that they're getting on the highway a little bit quicker by shooting through there, coming from west, apparently, and coming across there to get back up to going east. Anyhow, when they are coming through there, you got like all 3 and 4 of them behind each other. And the noise that those trucks are making, the gearing down and the popping and the muffler sound, this and all that kind of stuff. It struck the whole island, but it's even more noticeable in such a small little impact there on Painter's Way. You understand?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And like, I didn't listen fully to the man conversation, but something really need to be done in regards to these dump trucks, because I don't think that they need to have that amount of noise when they are on our streets. I was told that some of them put some certain things in their mufflers and so forth to make these little noise that sounds so great and powerful to them, but as the air rocking, air drum damaging to the community. Instead of them making sure that the truck has the right amount of stuff on it and is covered up properly, than coming out here with it wide open and got rocks hanging on the sides of it, don't know if it's going to fall off and hit someone's car or whatever the case may be, So that really needs to be looked into, those dump trucks. They're really getting out of control. I don't know how to get those trucks passed every year, just continue to be on the road, and who's checking them and so forth. But something is not being done right about those trucks.
Okay, just to keep you up to date with it, one of our callers yesterday in the afternoon when I was guest hosting Talk Today spoke about it as well, and he had a question, and he was querying as to whether, who would have control over that, and I suggested the Department of Vehicle and Driver's License, and then one of our listeners who has knowledge of it because they're a former inspector in the, or might have maybe even chief inspector in the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, and later on served with DVDL as well. Spoke to the fact that there is legislation that governs the use of these Jake break that they're called as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I think your guest come back. You need to give me my 2 minutes, please.
You didn't listen to what I was saying just now about what occurred yesterday when we talked about it?
I heard you just now. I heard you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, go ahead.
And your caller just now, in regards to logic, and it's how do you want to go there? But I want to go on flow. You know, I have a phone that I try to keep for emergency, and I put the money on it, and Flow takes it off to be convenient. And then when it's finished, the money's finished, then they're going to send me a message telling me if I do not upgrade my phone with credit, they're going to take my number from me. So when I went to them a couple of days ago and I asked them, I said, what is this? What do you mean you're going to take my number from me? Well, you know, we short of numbers, and we got visitors coming to the island who wants a number to use in the Cayman Islands while they're here. I said, that's not my problem. You all should go and seek more numbers so you can have enough numbers for everybody. Why is it that they keep threatening me to take my number from me, but yet when I put money on the phone, you all takes it off piece by piece, piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all that need to be looked into is highway robbery. And I just want to say, the liquor stores on this island, Mr. Connor, there are too many liquor stores on the island, and they are constantly opening one here and there. It needs to be stopped, and they should have a certain time for these liquor stores, not from 9 till 10 o'clock at night. They are stopping constantly, going to these places, getting liquor in beers, and out here damaging innocent people. That liquor law license, they need to look into what is happening, what is being caused by liquor. People who's drinking liquor and causing these accidents, because then the liquor is too available on the streets from West Bay to East End to North Side.
Okay.
Something needs to be done about it.
Got to go to a break. Thank you very much, caller. We do have another caller on hold. We have a guest in the studio. So we're going to the break. We're going to introduce our guest, and then we will take the caller. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
It's a sizzling summer with JN Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with JN Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with JN Money.
Who will be the next Miss Universe Cayman Islands? Join us on the 9th of August, 7 p.m. at the Westin Ballroom to see our 4 beautiful ladies vying for the crown. Purchase your tickets on Eventpro and at Funky Monkey today. VIP tickets are also available. Come out and support your favorite contestant. A special thanks to our main sponsors, the Cayman Islands Ministry of Tourism, Cayman Airways, Compass Media, Radio Cayman, Caymanian Times, King Sports Center, The Finishing Touch, Kirk Freeport, Cayman Medical Center Limited, Crystal Caves, Woodlands Corporation, and the Physiotherapy Center.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me, as I announced earlier, Mr. Roy Tatum, a Member of Parliament who represents the constituency of Red Bay in our Parliament. Mr. Tatum, good morning, sir. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. Good to be here with you. Good morning to my folks in Red Bay, the wider Grand Cayman, of course, Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, my friends and family over there. Good morning, everyone. Apologies, OC. I told you I was hoping to get here for 8:30, but as I messaged you, your news crew was quite right. Crew Road was unbearably slow for some reason this morning. But good to be here. So we arrived safely. So good, very good to be here.
That is extremely important for you to arrive, safely as well. Do we still have that caller on hold, Miss Susan? On WhatsApp, we're going to grab a caller on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C. Rambo speaking.
Hey, morning, Rambo. How are you?
Yeah, good man. Good weather overcast. Early on, good weather. Good morning, Mr. Tatum.
Morning, Rambo.
Mr. O.C. Good morning, Mr. Roy, sir. Mr. O.C. differently. Herman, I was calling early on, right? And you see, I voted 6 general elections, 6 or 7, right? And there always a political estimation, right? The choice of the voters, the electorates, you're either in a form or under form. And that's why national issue, as simple as the herb, like I said again, I'm aware with Mr. Tatum, and I see it online too, on the radio. He said with the herb topic, it should have went to referendum. It should resolve it in Parliament. The ABC, okay? And they always have aggregates in the campaign trail. Want to be authentic, I'll be a badass, right? Some language. And however, they always have a tendency, right? As a condescension, demeanor, bearing, that is ill intent, ill contempt, whatever, ill will, right? Say, for instance, they always overinterpret certain things. I find that quickly. The herb topic now, that could have been resolved, like I say, ABC, right? And differently. Residents in the islands, right? Despite the demographic, right? Whenever transaction they do, they comment that out, right? They weaponize that, discriminate or whatever. But certain caliber, because they're predominant, that they win. Okay? So they're always making it incumbent to people, prioritize what is binding, obligated to people. You understand? And I finally say, Mr. O.C., I heard you on Monday with certain department. Let me confirm it about marriage convenience. I don't care who are married, elope, divorce, whatever, right? Because most marriage convenience is cursory, flimsy, superficial, right? The connection is not genuine, right? So, like I said again, in 2029, next admin, this immigration reform, that's a political game to me. But it's a political stance. But any immigration reform needs to recalibrate because the matrimony increased scrutiny, right? And revoke powers president, the cabinet, the board members, really truly. Because, like I said again, I vote every election, and it always have a tendency who to inherit or denounce. You feel me? So this self-interest, the calculation, it come precisely. Okay?
Listening, got you. All right, Rambo, thank you very much for that. I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit, Mr. Tatum, before we get into some of the things that you may want to talk about. You were with the Progressives when we were entering into all of those tax savings agreements and stuff like that with the various countries. I'll tell you what year it was. It actually, when I first started the job as cabinet secretary, and then I went over to
the EU tax saving stuff.
Yes, EU tax saving stuff. Yeah. And
20 odd years ago.
Yeah, and Deborah Drummond was really involved in it at that stage, because it is important to know, and I found this one, and this is I'm going to quickly try to share it with our listening and viewing audience. We have even entered into tax savings agreements with the United Kingdom. We had to enter into one with the United Kingdom as well. All of the OECD, countries, we had to enter. So here on the UK government's website, exchange of letters between the government of the United Kingdom and the Cayman Islands concerning an arrangement for the avoidance of double taxation and the prevention of fiscal evasion. So to avoid double taxation, so if, for instance, we had an income tax regime here in the Cayman Islands and you were from the UK and you paid income tax here, to avoid you paying taxes on that same income in the United Kingdom, those agreements were entered into. Now, whether or not the Cayman Islands government remitted that monies to the UK, because you're a citizen of that country, is another story. So very quickly, so this was on the 15th of June, 2009. Sir, I have the honor to propose to you the arrangement between the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and the Cayman Islands for the avoidance of double taxation and the prevention of fiscal evasion, the arrangement at Appendix 1 of this letter. That the arrangement shall have effect in accordance with paragraph our mutual commitment to comply at the earliest date with our internal procedures required by our respective domestic laws for the bringing into force of the arrangement and to notify each other without delay through the formal channels when such procedures are completed. I have the honor to propose that if the above is accepted, the government of the Cayman Islands, by the government, acceptable to the government of the Cayman Islands, this letter and Appendix 1 together with your reply will constitute our mutual acceptance of the provisions of the arrangement. The United Kingdom welcomes this arrangement as a significant step in establishing the Cayman Islands' status as a jurisdiction which complies with international standards in the field of taxation and recognizes the Cayman Islands' commitment to transparency and effective exchange of information in tax matters and to continued progress in this area. Please accept, sir, the assurances of our highest consideration. Of course, these are diplomatic letters in that regard. But we have entered into that. Taxes covered. The taxes to which this arrangement shall apply are the following United Kingdom taxes: income tax, corporate tax, capital gains tax, inheritance tax, value added tax. So if you're a British citizen or if you're any other country, because these were almost cookie cutters in terms of the tax agreements and stuff like that. So the perception that people who are here and making money, they're not paying taxes in their own country is not accurate. The perception that we may have in that regard. We are required to report to those countries. And if we're collecting it on this end, that we're required to report that as well.
You are exactly 100% correct. We discourage. Sorry, let me start by saying that I've recovered from a flu. It had me down for a week. So,
many people find themselves in your shoes.
But it's left me feeling still not the greatest. So if I'm I come across a bit husky or nasally, that's why. No, you're 100% correct. We discourage tax evasion in all its forms. We encourage people to pay taxes in the jurisdictions to which they owe taxes. That has been the argument that we have made over and often on those visits. When I used to be head of the Office of the Premier with Sir Alden, and we made those visits, particularly to the EU and to a lesser extent to the UK. So, yes, you are absolutely correct. People are supposed to pay. If you owe taxes in a country, you should be paying taxes. That's what our expectation is, what our law demands. What brought that to your attention? I'm just curious.
Well, we had one caller this morning that mentioned the whole taxation, but we have had many people who have said, people here in the Cayman Islands, they work here, they don't pay any taxes here. Appears as if it is an advantage.
Yeah.
And my point is that it isn't necessarily an advantage because of the agreements that we have, with these countries.
Right, and it's not necessarily an advantage because we pay other kinds of taxes. We don't call it taxes, but we certainly pay taxes indirectly.
Right.
And not consequential amounts. I mean, if you've added up all the various duties and just import duty alone at 21 or whatever percent it is, that's a considerable amount of money in terms of tax terms comparable to other countries. So, yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Want you to... Oh, sorry. I'm told I wasn't looking at the clock. I was so busy looking at my computer, looking at you. Forgot about the headline news at 9 o'clock. When we return, the conversation with Mr. Roy Tatum will continue. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The deadline is fast approaching if you're looking to get financial assistance for childcare in the fall. ECAP provides financial assistance of up to $812 per month towards tuition fees at approved early childhood centers. The deadline to apply is tomorrow. For more information, head to moeapplications.gov.ky. In international news, tsunami waves have reached the U.S. West Coast after an 8.8 magnitude earthquake off Russia's eastern coast triggered warnings across the Pacific. The earthquake is one of the most powerful ever recorded. Tsunami warnings have since been downgraded in Japan, Russia, and Hawaii. Almost 2 million people had been told to evacuate in Japan, where advisories are still in place. Russian authorities also evacuated a town where they say 13-foot waves flooded the port and a fish processing facility. Evacuation orders are still in force in countries as far apart as Colombia and New Zealand, after alerts were also issued in China, the Philippines, Indonesia, Peru, and Mexico. A British cruise passenger touring Hawaii's Big Island tells the BBC, quote, that everyone was just running back to the vessel as sirens began sounding. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me Mr. Roy Tatum. He hasn't been able to get a word in crossway so far this morning, but we're going to throw the mic back over to him. And my first question is going to be, what's happening in your constituency? We know that not a whole lot is taking place now, as far as Parliament is concerned. Everyone's on a summer break, and Parliament is likely to resume sometime in September.
Yes, September, probably latter part of September. Before we do that, OC, let me just a few things that just wanted to just mention.
Sure.
Just quickly.
Go right ahead.
You may have done this on Monday, but just want to give a belated birthday shout out to my friend Dwayne John Seymour. I think it was his birthday someday this week.
Yes, right?
Monday.
I think it
was Monday.
Yeah.
So happy belated birthday, Dwayne. I have a cousin. I don't see her as often as I would like to. Heck of a good domino player. My cousin Diane wasn't well. I was sick, so I haven't been able to go and check on her. But I just want to give her a shout out. Probably not listening, but just want to know she was on my mind. And these road deaths that we've had lately.
Yes.
My sincere condolences. I really hope that that we don't have any more of those during the course of this year. It was extremely saddened and heartbroken when I heard about those. So I'm really hoping that we don't. That's the end of those kinds of situations. It really is. I mean, I remember when my daughters were younger. I still worry sometimes. Every time they buy the house and leave me, I was saying drive safely. But I remember when they were young and they were starting to drive, how my heart was in my mouth when they left the house and to go out with friends. And by the time they got back home, it's very troublesome and worrying. And my heart goes out to the parents and the family of those folks. And I also made a note of something that I wanted to bring up just briefly, but I heard it on the news just now, that tsunami warning. I went to sleep last night hearing about the tsunami warning in Japan and Hawaii. Checked it this morning. Luckily, it seemed that so far it's only been a 1 foot wave. But that reminded me that I think hazard management are still struggling to get the utility providers. I think I'm right about this. The telecoms providers to get that warning system in place, and it's one of the things that I'll be looking to continue to push. I know it's been on the agenda. I know they've been working towards it, but it's been far too many years now that we just haven't managed to get that fully in place. I don't think I'm wrong about this. So
and I don't think that we have to reinvent the wheel on it. So many other countries that have it already.
Yeah, exactly. I had occasion to have a family member that's ill, and I travel with her up to Houston every so often, and for hospitals there. And as soon as you get there, you get these alarm things coming on your phone about missing child or some other type of alarm. Your phone just buzzes and it just comes on. So it's one of the things we really need to push and get in place. So I just wanted to mention that in passing. But and the other thing is, before I get to your question,
sure.
I also came prepared this morning. I messaged you to speak about that private member's motion that Roy McTaggart and the PPM brought during the last term with regards to banks. And I heard the caller call about it earlier on this morning, and I messaged you to say, yes, that's one of the topics that I am looking to speak on. And we were all very pleased to get the answer, and I brought the answer here with me, that private member's motion number 14 of 2023, as brought by the Honourable Roy McTaggart, resolved that the government consider two legislative changes. First, legislation to, I'll just read what the response was for the benefit of the audience and the person who called in. Legislation to require local retail banks to follow a standard of care to consumers that is similar to that of the UK's banking consumer duty rules. Should the local banks not implement a mandatory updated banking code of practice based on the UK's banking consumer duty rules, In other words, require that they do, and then second, to bring forward an amendment to the Registered Land Act as proposed by the Law Reform Commission based on their review of useful reforms to deal with the enforcement of mortgage-type security over real estate. Going back to the first one, especially during that period where interest rates, I spoke about this when I was there last time, kept rising. It seemed like almost like weekly at one point. That's an exaggeration, but I exaggerate for a point. And banks were constantly raising the repayment amounts. As a ex-banker, I understand the rationale for raising the interest amounts, the interest rates. I do. But it doesn't mean you have to raise the repayment amount and the amounts that end up. There's one individual said to me his repayment amount had tripled over a period of 6 months, a year, whatever the time period was. I mean, he had the ability to luckily pay that, but lots of other people would have suffered in trying to be able to pay. Interest rates rise, interest rates fall. We've seen them fall back. Have we seen banks automatically reduce those repayment amounts? I don't think so. So it's one of the things that as a former banker that really bothered me. That plus all of the additional charges the banks have started adding on, particularly during periods when interest rates had been low. You can understand interest rates were low for a long time. Banks need to make money, right? So so if you're not making money on the interest side, you make money on the fee side. But when interest rates started going up, please look at reducing back the fees on the fees, because now you're making money again on higher interest rates.
Yes.
I just thought it was unconscionable, and I have other concerns around banking, a drop in the level of service. I just heard about another bank. I was listening to you. I was driving over here this morning, and the bank was closed down. A department, a number of Caymanians, probably 3 or 4, who now won't have work, and those jobs are being exported to Halifax. I don't see the amount of money being saved, to be quite frank. It came on from those 3 jobs that are of such consequence that you had to move those jobs to Halifax. I don't see it, and again, I just think that is unconscionable. And the individuals running these banks really need to step back and remember this particular bank is the home country. It may not be within the Caribbean, but it's in the wider Caribbean region. All right. So I'm just not clear why it is that we think we have to keep moving all of these jobs to a place like Halifax. I won't beat that anymore. But the response from the government was positive. And I'll carry on with the answer. It says, in relation to the banking code of practice, the Ministry of Financial Services and Commerce met with the Cayman Islands Bankers Association in September 2024. This is following the acceptance of the motion, and received a commitment that the CIBA would review and update the banking code of conduct for local banks, taking the UK's banking consumer duty rules into consideration. These are rules that were introduced to make it clear that banks owed a higher standard of duty of care to their clients in the UK. We want something similar here. It says they committed to doing that. This process is very advanced, and CIBA members will be considering an updated banking code of conduct at its annual general meeting on the 2nd of July. As housing and access to housing is a key focus area of this administration, Cabinet approved the drafting of critical amendments to the Registered Land Act on the 21st of May to deliver long overdue reforms to our mortgage and foreclosure framework as recommended by the Law Reform Commission. These reforms are intended to strengthen protection for Caymanian homeowners, promote fairness and transparency in lending practices, and ensure that no family is left behind due to outdated or imbalanced legislation. The minister went on to say, I'm advised by the Minister of Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure that a final round of stakeholder consultations, including with the judiciary, financial institutions and civil society, will begin next month, that is July. And these consultations will help shape an amendment bill that is not only fit for purpose, but firmly aligned with best practices and aspirations of the Caymanian people. We are therefore determined to bring a Registered Land Act amendment bill for this purpose to Parliament for debate in the third quarter or early in the fourth quarter of this year as part of our broader vision to deliver real meaningful change. Mm-hmm. So I was heartened because I was not so sure when Roy Tatum and I and the PPN caucus actually sat down and drafted this motion. And when we debated it, private members' motions, as you know, quite often get heard and nothing happened. I want to commend the government and the minister, the now Premier, for moving that private members' motion forward from the opposition. Exactly. I commend Roy Tatum for bringing it, and I'm really hoping that that we do hear something at the next session of Parliament with regard to some of these things. So hopefully the caller earlier is as happy as I am to hear that. So we will see what the outcome is. I did ask a follow-up question, something along the lines of whether the government would be vetting and making sure they were in agreement that what was put forward by the Bankers Association was fit for purpose. And the answer was yes. So we would also, being in opposition, would also be doing the same thing. So congrats. Looking forward to getting something on that. So that really warmed my heart when I heard that.
Okay, and that's good. Great information that you provided there in relation to the PQ as well as the response that was received.
I will leave you with that, sir.
As well. Thank you very much, because I'll have this as a resource whenever because we know it will come up in the conversation again here as well. We're going to take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
This summer, choose from 10 international destinations for your vacation with Cayman Airways. Explore New York, discover Denver, roam Los Angeles, play in Tampa, shop in Miami, tour Panama, uncover Havana, hike in La Ceiba, jam in Kingston, or relax in Montego Bay. Connecting flights are also available from the sister islands. Cayman Airways offers more international non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline, and the lowest rates for checked bags. Book today at CaymanAirways.com, download our new mobile app, or call Cayman Airways reservations on 949-2311. Come fly with us and relax with your uniquely Caymanian airline.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
With Orrett Connor.
Once we finish Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We will advise our listeners when we are going to open up the phone lines for calls at the moment. There are a few things that Mr. Tatum wants to cover, and we want to afford him that opportunity to do so as well. Back over to you, Mr. Tatum.
Thanks very much, OC. You were asking, before I went off, talking about banks and so on, you were asking about the constituents. The constituents office is open and staffed. We're we're open pretty much from 10 a.m. to about 5 p.m. daily. Maybe some days when we have meetings or appointments that that office will be closed, but certainly those are the usual regular office hours. Fridays I think it's till 4 p.m. But the I've had quite a number of people stopping by and or calling, and the office has also turned to be a very useful space just for just a larger space than we have at headquarters. Parking is better.
Okay.
So we've also been able to host a number of
events,
sort of PPM meetings there, and we have a number of events. We have a domino night that we're looking forward to, just trying to secure some tables. I don't have the tables that I have. I don't think would survive a proper Caymanian domino evening.
You'll have to bring your own table.
No. I have good people working with me. One gentleman in particular, John Edward E. Banks. John is resourceful.
Yes.
And so he's securing some at least 2 domino tables. So I think the 16th. I think we're going to move forward with that date in the evening. I think starting at 6 p.m. till about 10. And then we're also looking to organize, hosted jointly by myself, Honorable Roy McTaggart, my friend and colleague and PPM member Crystal Gomez Wilson, and the local church who reached out to me to ask if I was doing something for like an end of summer fun day, if they could participate, and I said certainly. So I'm meeting with them later on today. I'm hoping to firm that up, but that's going to be the 31st of October. That's the last day of October, I think it is.
Okay.
Sunday. 3 to 6 p.m., 3 to 7 p.m., thereabouts.
October or?
Sorry, August.
Okay.
It's not October.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's that bug still messing my head. Yeah. So really looking forward to getting that together. Crystal and myself had a fun day early on in the year. It went very well, and I've never forgotten the young mother and her kids walking up to me at the end, just thanking us so much for doing that and how much they enjoyed it, and asking if we plan to do more, and I promised that we would. So we will have an end of summer family fun day as well, it's something I'm looking to do, and that'll be in Eddie Sanchez Park. We have a wonderful facility there.
Yeah.
In Eddie Sanchez Park. We just need to make more use of it. Speaking of the park, I've reached out to an organization with regards to looking to see if they could assist with some funding to whatever extent that they can. There's a number of things I think that's needed there, and I know that the Prospect Red Bay group that helps to manage that park would agree with me on. One of the things that I was on their list of things to hopefully get done at some point was a multipurpose court. When you go by the park, you see families, people walking. You see younger kids. You don't see very many older kids there. There's not a lot to do for older kids. But so a multi-purpose sort of basketball, netball type facility would be phenomenal.
Or pickleball these days, which is becoming
and somebody popular. Said that. Somebody calculated to me if you get a basketball court, how many pickleball courts you could. I can't remember what it was now. So you could be. Problem is it needs space to store the stuff, nets and those kinds of things. And there's no facilities there right now for that. So. That may be something else in the future that could be looked at, some kind of a small area that could not only be used to store nets and things for the park, but also the possibility of a bathroom that's attached. So I'll see. My fingers are crossed that I'll be able to get something started there. I spoke with one of the members of the Prospect Red Bay group just this past week, and I do owe them. I will send them the information that I sent on to this entity. So fingers crossed. The other thing is I want to thank the NRA, and I guess by extension the minister. One of the things I campaigned on as well was the roads that had been left in very bad state after, I think in this case, when the utility company's water authority had gone through, did their upgrades, but the roads had just been left how they were for far too long. Had a meeting with the NRA. I put a question into the Parliament with regards to this issue and asking a particular question about it, which I'll mention that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to say that the road works, the road repairs have been done. Perhaps not what some folks were hoping for, like brand new roads, but apparently I've come to learn once the expectation for what will be repaired or replaced will match the standard that was there before.
Mm-hmm.
So if the standard was sort of the what we call chip and spray, then that's what replacement will be. So I'm hoping, and I had a quick chat with the minister. I'm hoping that within the next budget, and that we'll have the ability to actually do some proper road repairs throughout the Red Bay constituency, Prospect Drive, Marina Drive, and the roads that join onto that really are they better know that the water authority stuff is repaired, but it still needs. I don't think very many of them have had proper roads at all. Proper roads being proper paved roads, not just chip and spray. But invariably, when you put back chip and spray, you just need a couple of rains.
It's gone again, yeah.
And the potholes will start forming.
Yep.
So, as I said, I've had a quick chat with the minister, and I'll meet with him again. And knock wood, we ought to get some money in the budget for proper repairs of those roads. But I'm glad to see what we've been able to have achieved. So hats off to the NRA. Thank you to Water Authority. The one thing is, though, we do need to make sure that we get these repairs done a bit quicker than they happen.
Yes.
Right. So my query to the minister was there any formal policy with regard and operating framework in place between the NRA and all utility providers, including both the water companies, that govern road reinstatement following utility works. And the response was that under Section 25 of the Roads Act, the NRA has legal authority to regulate the placement and maintenance of utility infrastructure and public roads. All statutory undertakings must apply for undertakers. So all utility companies must apply for and receive a permit before carrying out any trenching or excavation on public roads.
Ah, that's interesting.
And are fully responsible for the cost and quality of reinstatement. And they went on to say that there actually is someone in the NRA who should be following it to make sure this is done. So I was glad to hear that. I'll leave that with you again as well, sir.
Okay.
But very pleased that work has done. I haven't had a chance to drive through since I've come back. I was away for a week with a family member for medical reasons, and I came back and I was sick after that. So I'll drive through the wider community this coming week, and just to double check exactly what's where things are at. Other than that, I don't have any more updates with regards to the constituency. So I know you were keen to open up the phone line, so whenever you're ready, I'm
okay. We're going to go to a commercial break, and then when we return, the phone lines will be open. So those of you who are interested, you can start dialing up now so that when we return from the commercial break, we can go straight to the phone lines. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
This summer, choose from 10 international destinations for your vacation with Cayman Airways. Explore New York, discover Denver, roam Los Angeles, play in Tampa, shop in Miami, tour Panama, uncover Havana, hike in La Ceiba, jam in Kingston, or relax in Montego Bay. Connecting flights are also available from the sister islands. Cayman Airways offers more international non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline, and the lowest rates for checked bags. Book today at CaymanAirways.com, download our new mobile app, or call Cayman Airways reservations on 949-2311. Come fly with us and relax with your uniquely Caymanian airline.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, a Member of Parliament representing the constituents of Red Bay, Mr. Roy Tatum is in the studio with me. We have two callers, one on the WhatsApp, one on the landline. I believe we're taking the WhatsApp caller first. The landline caller first. Let's go to the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
OC, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine. Thank you. Hope you're doing likewise.
Yes, I am. Thanks.
Okay. Mr. Tatum, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I haven't heard your voice in a good while. Good to hear it.
You're off island.
Sorry? If I'm off island? No,
that's it. You were.
Yeah, I was briefly. I traveled off with a family member for medical reasons, and then I came back and I came back with a flu, so down for a week.
Okay, I hope everything is on the up and wish everyone a speedy recovery.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, the reinstatement of the roads has been an issue on my mind as well, but when I'm calling, I would call about things I thought were a bit more important, but no, this is very important as well. I am more familiar with the District of West Bay than the other districts. And I know, for example, one of the telecommunication companies did line going up to Jackson back there, what people refer to as Morgan's Harbor, but it's making Jackson back there, the government dock up in the Sound. Anyway, that has been there now for over a year, and even grass is growing back into it, the little trench. So it hasn't been properly reinstated. But the police station, which I think the NRA repaved shortly after Christmas or early this year. Again, one of these telecommunication companies had their trench marked out on the road, but they chose to, well, it happened after NRA paved it, then they came back and cut their trench. So yes, there needs to be something in place whereby if you do some road work, that you reinstate it properly and in a timely manner. Don't leave
something
it
is in
hanging out
place, apparently. We just need to make sure it actually happens.
Yeah, but we all know enforcement is a major issue. Not that we don't have the laws and regulations. Yeah, enforcement is an issue. But yeah, I thank you for bringing the issue on the public forum, because definitely the quality of the reinstatements are well below par. That's my 2 cents for this morning, sir. And again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Anything you want to respond to?
No, I just want to thank the caller as well. And as I said, it's nice to hear his voice. And I know he's very community minded.
Yes.
And thank you very much, sir.
Okay, let's grab the WhatsApp caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Connor and Mr. Roy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
I can't remember what Mr. Tatum was talking about, and I didn't want to impose on his time, but I'll just go ahead and say what I was calling about quickly. I wanted to talk about CUC with the one of the things I want to talk about is probably may be of interest to Mr. Tatum because of the area that he is responsible for. And I know they have the same issues in that area with flooding and so forth. But I wanted to talk about CUC and converting to paperless statements, where I've had a number of people reach out to me about the decision to go paperless because, especially many of our seniors and older persons who do not have access to email and that sort of thing. And they were concerned, and some don't want to call into the talk show or can't call into the talk show, so forth. And just thought CUC should try to take an option with going for customers to choose whether to go paperless or still remain in the conventional hard copy bill. And so someone just wanted me to call and mention that after a few people had reached out to me about the same issue. So I don't know if that's something Mr. Roy is interested in taking on and advocating for. But the other issue I was calling about is flooding in Cumberland town. And I know, Mr. Tatum, you have some of the same concerns there in Red Bay. And a few people have reached out to me also. I actually live in town, but not in Cumberland. I lived in Cumberland many years ago, and just wanted to bring the attention, to the relevant persons, because flooding in Cumberland has been a problem for such a long, many years, at least 30-something years, if not further back than that. And apparently, I'm made to understand that there has been budgets set for the project, and then the project has not taken place, and funds have been rerouted, so forth. I'm not sure about all of that. It's just information being fed to me. I do understand that since they built the Mr. Anton, what's his name again? Mr.
Anton Borden Drive
road there. Yeah, Anton. Yes. And then they built a retention pond right behind Cumber Avenue. That flooding became much worse. There are a lot of concerned citizens down in Cumber, and of course, Cumber merges off into Gun Square, and so when flooding happens in that area, a lot of that flooding, there's a lot of senior citizens living down in Cumber also, and a lot of rental properties, lower income persons rent in that area also. And many times they cannot get home to their property, to their homes because of flooding in that area. And also, I understand there are properties that want to be sold, want to be put up for sale, or are up for sale, and are obstructed due to the flooding. They can't. Buyers are hesitant to want to invest in properties in that area. So, and I also understand that when it floods in that area, of course, it hinders visitors to the
Caller, we can't prolong this call for a long time. We need you to get to the point, please.
Yes, I'm trying to find my words, Mr. Connor. You know, if I'm having a hard time, it's just I'm trying to remember my information.
Okay,
but
okay.
There's a location in the back of Gun Square there, a very historic location that when it floods, the flooding goes on into that area too and hinders visitors and persons using that access way in the back there. I can't remember what that park and the historic area is called, but I would like to call on the relevant government authorities to address the flooding in these areas. We also the development there. I won't call the developer's name, but there's a large development going on in this lookout area that's also causing flooding to back up onto the back of Cumber Avenue and Gun Square there. And so we want to on behalf of residents in that area, are requesting for the government to please go and look into the flooding in this area. There's a lot of different variables that goes into why flooding needs to be addressed, and apparently it was supposed to be addressed off and on over the years, and it has not been done for one reason or another. So like I said, I know Mr. Roy's area has these kinds of issues too, not as bad as Cumber Avenue, but we want to just bring attention to that. Hopefully Minister G and the NRE, I heard you guys talking about NRE, we'll hear about this call and we'll try to get on top of this and address this. But thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Connor.
Thank you very much, caller. Let's grab another caller before we go to the break. 4 minutes. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning again, Osi.
Hey, good morning again. Good morning.
Yeah, and good morning to the member there.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. Just want to ask the member if he would be what is his support for the immigration reform, and if him himself or his group would be sending any recommendations or submitting any recommendations to the sitting government or the minister who's responsible, and if he can tell me if he have any ideas of what the reforms should be, especially the rollover policy and term limits for government, and rollover policy for the private sector.
Okay, you heard the question, Mr. Tatum?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Thank you. I will respond first to the specific question at the end in terms of the rollover policy for the government. As I said in Parliament when I spoke briefly to this, that I was never I never thought that this dual system that we had, one for the private sector, one for government, was fair, and that going back many years, that the government should have also applied the same policy we're expecting the private sector to apply. I can say this, I mentioned to you on the here on the show before, that in the past, when attempts to correct this have been discussed or positions put forward, the response was no. Even if you bring a law in Parliament, the government will not assent to it in terms of a rollover provision for the civil service at the time. Mm-hmm. In the recent Parliament, Ms. Gloria Maffia Nixon did indicate that door is now open. Principally, if I remember correctly, because the government is now in a better position than they ever had been in terms of putting a rollover in place for civil servants. So it's not something that wasn't attempted before. It's not new, but as she has indicated, the door is now open, and I do think it's about time. It will bring challenges. I will say this though, as I said on the floor of the House of Parliament, and I repeated an expression that she said while she was giving her debate. I think it was something on the lines of we must be firm in putting this forward, but we must be fair. Because at the end of the day, all of these discussions were with regards to immigration. We're talking about people. So I get concerned when I hear some folks talking about immigrants as if they're not, as if they're just here, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but you know, they may be sort of some evil people. Now, these are people who've come here because they were invited here for a job, and they've come here to fill what was perceived to be or what was a need, and they received the work permits and the necessary approvals to do so. But the level is at a point where I know it's giving Caymanians a concern. So yes, we need to go and look to see what reforms, what changes need to happen. Over the years, there have been a number of reforms for immigration, and the reforms have been done to fit the specific time. We've moved on a number of years, and this is another time, and we're now looking at more reforms. I have no issue with reforms at all. My one concern is that we be firm, but be fair. And the other thing I will say is, whilst I've heard a lot of talk about things that are being considered, I like to see what's in black and white. It's easy to talk about. It's easy to have conversations about what people are banning about in terms of what they want to do. But let's just see what comes forward, because that is going to be what is debated and what will likely get done. So I will hold off any huge amounts of conversations around immigration reform, other than yes, it is something that I support broadly. Sensible reform, fair reform, necessary reform, but we need to make sure that we are talking about what ends up coming in black and white. The other thing I'd say is that as people talk about immigration reform, I want to make sure that we step back and suss out and decide what is the objective we're looking to achieve. Is it jobs for Caymanians? Fine. But I sometimes hear people mention reducing the population. Immigration reform can reduce the population, depends on what that reform is. Right? It could be reform that we're not going to approve any more work permits, period, and even the ones that are there now will get refused. You will reduce the population. I don't know how sensible that might be, but my point is that we need to make sure we understand what the end goal is, so we can understand what the reforms are that we're looking to achieve to get to that end goal. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to take our last commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
It's a sizzling summer with Jan Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with Jan Money. Visit www.janmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with Jan Money.
We are in the hurricane season, and knowing what to do after a hurricane can be as important as preparing for the storm. After the passage of a hurricane, seek medical attention if it is needed at hospitals and clinics for those persons who are injured. Do not touch power lines and cables that are down. They may be active. Report them to 911 or the utilities emergency hotlines. Broken tree limbs should be removed from around homes or buildings if possible. This hurricane information has been brought to you by Breeze FM and Radio Cayman.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have 10 minutes left to go in the show. Miss Susan, do we have any calls? One call. We're going to make that the last caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Mr. O.C. Rambo again.
Morning again, Rambo.
Hey, Rambo.
Yes, sir. Go on, Tatum. Yeah, I know you talk to the show now. Apparently, Mr. Tatum, I'll ask you your opinion, right? But this is my conception and inclination, right? Pertaining to the SBS, right? This strategic policy statement, right? This new admin now, they inoculated introduce it to January 2026 now. But you recall during the campaign trail, this like a deja vu. Apparently, it can be contradicting to political reality of post-election possible recalibration done on the pipeline. In my philosophy now, right? Intemperance, lack of moderation. Is it? In the governance, right? It transitions, right? You always say, if it backfire, you got to replace execution, right? And we like this, we can't figure it out. And I wrap up now. If you delay, postpone, procrastinating, that is a hesitation. That is dressing up and adjusting for planning. So, I know the opposition, minority obviously, but I like to see opposition strong, down the pipeline, Like easy cakewalk, strong. Right, understand? If it's a derailment, I'm gonna pick up and move on. Mr. Roy, have a good day. Mr. O.C., take care.
Okay, Rambo. Thank you very much.
Just to respond quickly to that. I know, as I mentioned, I'm still suffering from this darn flu I had, so I got some of that. But I think there was reference to SPS coming in next year, but the government has said that they would postpone SPS to closer to budget time towards the end of this year.
Yeah,
I didn't agree with that then. I think that is just unnecessary delay. They gave their reasons. That's fine. But I will leave that at that. I want to mention one other thing before we go. The caller earlier on who was discussing ganja, I mentioned something that I had said on the radio a few times. I just want to clarify what it is that I actually said, just to make sure there's no misunderstanding. What I said was that, in my view, the decriminalization of marijuana was not something that I thought necessarily needed to go to referendum. I had the view, by talking to people and conversations over the years, and even police commissioners publicly stating that they believe that the time had come to decriminalize marijuana. as opposed to differentiating versus making it legal. So I've never said I'm for making it legal, but certainly decriminalizing it, so that especially youngsters who may find themselves caught with stick of weed doesn't end up with their lives ruined. I think though, having said, we do have a very good court that deals with young people and tries to make sure that that doesn't happen. But in any event, it's the decriminalization of marijuana that I supported, as did probably at least 2 or 3, certainly 2 previous police commissioners that I heard also supported. So I just want to make sure that was.
And this is decriminalization as far as small quantities.
Small quantities, yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I suppose.
Some say what small quantities means, but small quantities, and exactly how it will work needs to be sussed out as well. So in other words, I don't know if it'll be that you get 2 chances or 3 chances, and if you're caught, you need to commit to. So I don't know. Those things need to be ironed out. I gather the government is looking into that now, and we'll hopefully be hearing something in the not too distant future as to how that's moving forward.
And of course, one of the callers, Mr. Elvis McKeever, his argument in relation to it is that yes, we have now legalized the use of medicinal marijuana, or the extracts of it. Of course, it is controlled. Has to be done in a legal manner, by authorized persons. And his other argument is the ability to grow for personal use, and the ability to harvest, to grow and harvest for medicinal purposes as well. And that's where the challenges are likely to come in. But that's what his argument.
Yeah, and I've had those conversations with Elvis in person and also on the program here, and I understand where he's coming from, but there's some realities that we need to face. I remember being at a CARICOM meeting a number of years ago, where this issue was raised, and you had Caribbean leaders, prime ministers, saying, as much as we internally might want to legalize marijuana, there are some challenges that we face with that, international challenges. And then their concerns were not just the fact that there were fellow countries that did not have it legalized, but if you had an entity in if you had an entity in their country manufacturing it, they need banking facilities. They wouldn't be able to get banking facilities, right? Because it is still federally illegal in the U.S. There are certain states that have legalized it, but at the federal level, it is illegal. Right? I don't believe, I may be wrong, I don't believe you can legally fly on an airplane between states and carry marijuana. I may be wrong, but let's leave that alone. At the federal level, right, marijuana is still very much illegal. So therefore, U.S. banks will not support banks over here doing banking for entities that have this illegal, quote-unquote, illegal substance.
Of course, that may change now with crypto and less regulation as far as cryptocurrency is concerned.
But it might not change with the banking system. So, but in our case, the Cayman Islands is a British overseas territorial citizen. The UK might allow us to decriminalize marijuana, but so far they have said that their territories will not be allowed to legalize it. Bermuda, like I mentioned before, Bermuda tried. They actually passed the law in their own parliament. It is sitting on a shelf somewhere collecting
the
dust.
governor's office.
As the governor said, before the law was brought in, was passed in their parliament, if you pass this, I will not assent to it. Just so you know. They passed it, and she said, I'm not assenting to it. So it was passed in their parliament, and it is still not law. UK is not going to allow us to do it. So I don't like beating my head against a wall, but let's get what we can get, which is the decriminalization. We have serious drugs that our pharmacists provide for pain control, for cancer, and so on. Those because I heard Elvis when he called. Yeah, those are provided through our pharmacy system, whatever the right name of that system is. But you can't have a business manufacturing it here because it is an illegal substance. So you can import it, but it doesn't mean you can manufacture it. So I'll leave that at that. It's a topic that I understand Elvis's and other people's concerns and thoughts, but I'm not one to knock my head against a brick wall. So I'll focus on the things I can get done.
Okay, very quickly, I'm going to share this because I really want to get some clarity on this so that people can understand this whole issue of saving the OECD tax savings agreements, right? So this is from the OECD's website. International judicial double taxation can be generally defined as the imposition of comparable taxes in two or more states on the same taxpayer in respect of the same subject matter and for identical periods. So the same subject matter may be income tax, it may be inheritance tax, or whatever. It says, given its harmful effect on the exchange of goods and services and movements of capital, technology, and persons, it is important to remove the obstacles that double taxation presents to the development of economic relations between countries. The member countries of the OECD have long recognized that it is desirable to clarify, standardize, and confirm the fiscal situation of taxpayers who are engaged in commercial, industrial, financial, or any other activities in other countries through the application by all countries of common solutions to identify cases of double taxation. They have also long recognized the need to improve administrative cooperation in tax matters, notably through exchange of information and assistance in collection of taxes for the purpose of preventing tax evasion and tax avoidance as well. These are the main purposes of the OECD Model Tax Convention on Income and on Capital. So again, what I'm trying to highlight here is that if you work here, you don't pay income taxes here, but if there is an income tax regime in your country of origin where you live, then you are subject to pay it there. Cayman Islands government won't collect it on behalf of the government, but they are legally obligated to provide information when that information is requested.
That is correct, man. In fact, some of the information I believe is provided automatically.
Yes, yeah.
Not even have to wait for it to be requested. That's why when banks these days send you want more information, you need to prove who you are. You have all these forms confirming what your tax status is and in what countries. So,
yeah, extremely important. Mr. Tatum, I want to thank you. Thank you very much, for being with us this morning. Looking forward to more of these conversations, as well. You always come well prepared also, I must say that, for you. And we'll work on the traffic the next time around as well.
If you can get that fixed, that'd be good.
I want to thank all of those who participated this morning as well. I welcome you to join Mr. Charles Glidden Charlo at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market, experience a world of